spins, but the whole thing doesn't spin. It spins as a whole, and it moves. It's not like a tornado that's the whole like spins.
There were tornadoes down here. Weston got hit with 2 of them.
Yeah, they had a couple tornadoes in back home.
Yeah, Alligator Alley had a couple going down the road. Like, it was Tornado Village today, man. They were going nuts out there.
Yeah.
You guys work tomorrow or no?
No.
Yeah, we're business as usual.
Tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Why? Everyone else is off.
That's, couldn't figure that part out, but hey, it is what it is. I'm not here to ask questions.
You guys aren't going to do nothing tomorrow. Nobody wants you in their house tomorrow.
Yeah, but they'd rather, if they're going to pay someone not to work, they'd rather pay you not to work at the office than tell you to stay home and pay you for it.
Well, I wish I was going to work, get my week over quicker.
That's true.
Now I got to work Saturday on straight time, which is a no-bueno for me.
It's a no-bueno for a lot of people.
Huh?
But now, the hurricane should be gone by in the morning. We should be good. So those of you listening to us chit-chat, we're in South Florida, or Felix is up in Jacksonville right now. We're both the opposite ends of the state, opposite ends of this Hurricane Milton that is going through the center of the state at the moment.
It's gone already.
It's not the biggest thing. A good portion of it has already reached the Atlantic. There's still some parts of it in the Gulf. It's not that big, but it is condensed. So we'll see in the morning how bad things are. I put the Weather Channel on. Now you see all these apps. You have Florida, and you have this hurricane going through the middle. But then when you watch the news, here's the hurricane. But the areas it could potentially affect are the entire state, down to Cuba, up to North Carolina. Like, we get it. You're trying to scare everybody to run to Publix and buy water and all this stuff. Don't get me wrong, the hurricane's bad. But it's this big going through the state of Florida, which is large, right across. But their graphics, Jacksonville's got to be careful. The Keys have got to be careful. Up there in last time Asheville got hit in Carolina, it's a good chance it could spin back. You never know until it's gone. So they pretty much got the whole southeastern of USA to say, like,
everybody is under some sort of watch right now.
Yeah, like trying to scare the hell out of everybody.
And it's over. It's done. The half of it is already in the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, nobody wants anybody to get hurt, but let's also not say this is like your boy was on the news yesterday. This is the worst hurricane in 100 years. No, it's not. It's not even the worst. It probably might not even be the worst hurricane in this week. Helene did some pretty bad damage the other day. So to talk about this may be the worst one in 100 years. Like, what are you talking about, old man? You don't know. You can't figure anything out for yourself. They're feeding him information. He's spewing it. I'm canceling my trips to go out of the country. I'm going to be here for this. For what, bro? Like, we're made for this shit down here in South Florida. Calm down.
Yeah. Been through been through enough.
Been through enough to know. Let's not get carried away.
Yeah.
I was walking through Publix the other day. I went to Publix for lunch.
The guys, really the only person that get real damage is the ones on the coast.
Yeah, and if the eye hits you, it's intense. But I'm going through Publix the other day, picking up my lunch. I see your boy walking through with a cart of stuff.
What boy?
Dwight. I said, Dwight, what are you doing?
Gosh.
He's like, bro, there's a hurricane coming. I said, where? You live in Tampa? No, we're going to get hit. I said, Dwight, bro, it's not going to get us. Relax. He's got a cart full. Some dude rounds the corner. He's got 12-pack rolls of toilet paper, 4 deep. And I'm looking at Dwight. I'm looking at this guy. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, you're going to be fine. It's up here. We're here. You got some wiggle room. Man, like, I'm looking at these people. I said, dude, I get it. It's a hurricane. It's nothing to joke about. But you understand, we're like hours away, miles south. We're not going to have an issue. Are you listening to yourself echo back there? Because I can. I'm hearing it.
Me?
Yeah, you. I'm hearing off your headphones.
I don't hear any echo.
I do. I've got super hearing.
No, I don't think you have anything.
So what?
My mic is too loud?
I don't know. 74 74.
74.
Yes, sir.
That's
Episode 74.
That's definitely a lineman number.
Do we have anybody 74s we're looking at here?
Was Brian McKinney 74?
I don't know.
He might have been. Brian McKinney. Let's see. 74.
He's considered one of the best ever.
For Minnesota, he was 74. For the U, he was 78.
Okay.
But he did wear 74 at one point for the Vikings.
Vince Wilfork was what, 72, right?
Yes.
Yeah, 74. Lester
Brian McKinney,
Archambault.
greatest lineman in University of Miami history.
McKinney?
Yes, sir.
All right, get a solid 74.
There we go.
Episode
moving
74.
up the ladder.
We're almost back to where we know what's going on with the 80s and the 90s.
The question is, when we get to 100, do we switch sports?
What sports go over 100?
Is there any sports that were number 100?
I still don't like college referees have like 100 and line judge or something like that.
Yeah. So
we're gonna start calling out referees. I mean, they all play for the Chiefs anyway, so we got Chiefs players in the hundreds for sure. All the refs have in the hundreds, so we'll knock that out.
Al Riveron, or what's the one that used to be jacked up?
Ed Hockley.
His son.
Who would always
now? Shane Hockley.
Was it Phil Simms or somebody called him guns? Like, look at those muscles out there. You see him, he can bench press a car. Like, he'd make some of the most off the wall comments about this dude's body. Like, calm down, Phil. I'm pretty sure it was Phil Simms.
His son is kind of jacked up too. If you ever see Shane Hockley out there, he's kind of he's not pop, he's not dad, but
no, but that guy looks familiar.
Yeah.
You know, I just found out. I still have not seen his name fully on NBC Sports, but the kid down there talking with Dungy and Ron, God, Blake his name, Ronnie something or other. The safety, shit, what's his name? Played for the
Rodney
Patriots.
Harrison.
Yeah, is Chris Collinsworth's son.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I'm like, this guy's decent.
You can't tell from the voice.
No, I didn't. I don't.
Listen to the
out.
Close your eyes. Listen to the voice.
Now I know. Now I can definitely see it and I can hear it.
Yeah.
But up until I found out, I'm like, this guy's not too bad. Then I find out it's Collinsworth's son. I'm like, no, screw this guy because his dad sucks. No, he sucks. I even want to watch the pregame.
Why are you talking bad about one of the greatest Bengals wide receivers ever?
Because he's a horrible announcer. That's why. I can't stand the sound of his voice. I love Mike Tirico.
I'm surprised by you. He's one of you guys best wide receivers ever.
He's horrible as an announcer. I didn't watch the Bengals growing up when he was a receiver.
Well, as a receiver, he's probably you guys top 5.
Nah, bro. We got Don Beebe. Nah. Who else?
Yeah, he was not a receiver.
He was there. No,
he was a special teams gunner.
That's Steve Tasker. Don Beebe was a receiver.
That's another one. Well, no, he didn't catch very much.
Yeah, Beebe was a receiver, number 82. We'll get to him when we get to 82.
It wasn't
Steve Tasker
near
was the special teams guy.
Collinsworth is one of you guys' top guys.
Nah, I won't put him on.
You got like Steve Largent.
Yeah, he's up
there. Steve Largent. Then it probably goes to maybe Jordy Nelson.
Yeah, that's a big drop or a big gap in between.
Yeah, probably Collinsworth is next.
Ed McCaffrey's got to be in there. He's got to be there.
Yeah, I guess he should be up there. He was more of a possession guy or whatever, but
still,
he's probably up there too.
Cooper Kupp's got to be there. We got Kupp,
not yet.
Edelman.
Those guys' careers are not. They don't have the numbers of a Collinsworth or Steve Largent.
Wes Welker's got to have more catches than all of them.
Wes Welker's probably up there. Yeah, he's probably in the top 5 with you guys.
He's got to be.
Yeah. You guys got a nice top. You guys got a top 5. If that's what you're working with, it's kind of mediocre. But
bro, we got Hunter Renfrow, Braxton Berrios.
No.
We got
No.
Justin Watson, who's coming up on the Chiefs right now. I'm not sure he's a tight end or a receiver or not.
He's a receiver.
Noah Gray, I get confused. So I don't know
He's
who's
a
who.
receiver, but no, he's not up there with those guys.
All right, let me see here. All right,
Yeah.
number 25. You ready?
Yeah.
Eric Decker.
25 what?
Top 25.
They have a list?
Caucasian wide receivers.
Somebody put a list together.
I'm looking at it right now.
Really? I'm impressed.
Eric Decker, number 25.
All right.
Career stats: 3,000 receiving yards,
Nice wife.
222 receptions, 33 touchdowns.
All right.
Eric Decker is number 25. Brandon Stokely, number 24.
Oh, Colts legend.
5,300 receiving yards, 397 receptions, 39 TDs.
Okay.
Number 23, Jordy Nelson.
Dang, 23?
4,600 receiving yards, 300 receptions, 36 TDs.
Why did I feel like Jordy Nelson like dominated for a couple of years?
He did.
Not with 4,600 yards.
Bro, you ready for this guy?
Oh.
Joe Juravicius.
Oh.
Bro, Giants, Buccaneers, Seattle, the Browns, 323 receptions, 4,100 yards, 29 TDs. Joe Juravicius. I remember that guy.
Oh, wow.
Super
I
Bowl.
I remember Joe Juravicius. Yeah.
Ricky Prohl.
Oh, yeah.
Ricky Prohl.
I forgot about Ricky. Ricky was all right.
670 receptions, 8,800 yards, 54 TDs.
Oh, all right. I didn't have him up there. I'm sorry, Ricky.
Bill Schroeder.
Who?
Bill Schroeder. Played for Green Bay for a little bit. 94 to 2004, 10 years, 304 receptions, 4,500 receiving yards, 28 touchdowns.
2004?
From 1994 to 2004. Bill Schroeder, career mark 1999 was where he got his best season. Steve Watson, 79 to 87 with the Broncos. 6,100 receiving yards, 36 TDs, one-time Pro Bowl selection.
Steve Watson. Never heard of him. And that's saying something.
Pat Tilley, 76 to 86 with the St. Louis Cardinals.
Man.
486 receptions, one Pro Bowl, 7,000 receiving yards.
Slept on a lot of you guys.
Oh, bro, how do we forget this guy? Wayne Corbett.
Wayne Corbett?
95 to 2005. 10 years with the Jets, 580 receptions, 7,300 yards, 41 TDs.
He averaged over 1,000 yards. All right.
You know? Okay.
All right. Hofstra legend.
I remember that from that guy, as a matter of fact. Ed McCaffrey, number 16. One Pro Bowl, 7,400 yards, 55 TDs. Giants, 49ers, and Broncos.
He's good at making kids.
All right. Are you ready for this one?
Yep, let's go.
Are you sure?
Let's do it.
Dwight Clark.
He's a tight end.
That's why I asked if you're ready for it. Dwight Clark is on here. 79 to 87, two-time Pro Bowl, 6,700 yards, 48 TDs. Now, if we're bringing in,
you can't bring in tight ends.
I'm going by the
list. Can't bring in tight ends. You guys have some good tight ends.
Top 25 pass catchers, we'll say, even though I wrote in receiver.
I mean, he's gonna start putting Mike Dick in there. Like, where are we going with this?
We got a guy from 1952 to 1963, Billy Howden. 4-time Pro Bowl selection.
Damn.
8,500 yards, 61 touchdowns. Played for the Packers, Browns, and Cowboys.
Oh, Billy. Not familiar with your game, Billy.
We're going back to the Wayback Machine. Max Speedy, number 13. Mac Speedy, 46 to 52, Cleveland Browns. 2-time Pro Bowl selection, 5,600 receiving yards, 33 TDs. Mac Speedy.
I played with a couple Maxes in my life. I mean, Maxes are pretty good.
Hugh Taylor, number 12. Hugh Taylor, 47 to 54 for the Redskins. 2-time Pro Bowl, 5,200 yards, 58 touchdowns.
All right. Game was different back then.
Number 11, Cincinnati Bengal receiver, 81-88. Number 11.
11?
Number 11. 3 Pro Bowls, 6,700 yards, 417 receptions, Mr. Chris Collinsworth.
11?
Number
Y'all
11.
got 10 more better than Chris Collinsworth?
We're going to find out. A mismatch standing at 6'5" for any DB to go against. Chris Collinsworth was dominant in his era.
There he was.
According to this thing here. All right, top 10. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is the Wayback Machine as well. Leroy Hirsch, 46-57. The Chicago Rockets, the Los Angeles Rams.
You could have said Leroy Jenkins. All right.
You know,
never heard of Leroy Hirsch.
Three-time Pro Bowl, 7,000 yards, 60 TDs.
Chicago Rockets.
Billy Wilson, 51-60, 49ers, 6-time Pro Bowl, 5,900 yards, 49 TDs.
These people they're not better than Chris Collinsworth.
Number 8, Wesley Welker. He is number 8, 5-time Pro Bowl, 9,300 yards, 841 receptions. Wes Welker.
Okay.
Number 7, Del Schaffner. Rams and Giants, 57-67, 5-time Pro Bowl, 6,400 yards, 51 touchdowns. Del Schaffner. Number 6, you should know this guy.
A lot of these guys playing when only you guys were playing.
Now listen, I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm saying I probably forgot this guy because his name doesn't strike me as Caucasian. Baltimore Colts, 55-67, 6-time Pro Bowl, 9,200 yards, 68 TDs. Raymond Berry.
Can't argue with Raymond Berry.
Fred Blitnikoff, number 5.
Oh, forgot about Fred.
He might be the best.
I forgot about Fred.
65-78 with the Raiders, 6-time Pro Bowl, 8,900 yards, 76 TDs. Fred Blitnikoff, number 5, top Caucasian receiver of all time.
Wow, this top 5 better be serious.
Well,
because
number 4,
Fred Blitnikoff. Whew.
Number 4 is Harlan Hill, 54-62, Bears, Steelers, Lions, 3-time Pro Bowl, 4,700 yards, 40 TDs. Harlan Hill, number 4 of the Caucasian pass catchers.
All right, well, there were only Caucasians playing when he was.
Number 3, Steve Largent.
Can't go wrong with Steve Largent. He was my number 1.
7-time Pro Bowl, 13,000 yards, 100 touchdowns. The first, we have triple-digit TDs. The first with 10+ thousand receiving yards.
He should be number 1. I need to see who these top 2 are.
Number 2, Lance Allworth.
Oh, Chargers
and Cowboys, 62-72, 7-time Pro Bowl, 10,200 yards, 85 TDs. Number 1, you ready?
I need to hear it.
We're going all the way back now.
Oh, gosh. Come on.
Don Hudson, excuse me.
Don Hudson.
35-45.
He was the only. There was only Caucasians playing when he was playing. Trust me.
Don Hudson, 4-time Pro Bowl, 79-91 with the yards, 99 touchdowns. So listen,
we should condense this list to the receivers that were not playing against Caucasian DBs.
That's gonna.
And then I think
I imagine that list is out there somewhere.
Yeah, this list should be a lot. It should condense it. If you played against Caucasian DBs, also, it doesn't. We're not going to put you on this list.
I'm looking here. I'm with you with Dwight Clark.
So I'm going to go with Lance. I'm going to go with Big Lance, Charger Lance, and I'm going to go with Steve Largent at 2. So then we'll go to Wesley Welker at 3, and then Chris Collinsworth at 4.
No Blitnikoff?
Yeah, Blitnikoff at 4.
Okay.
Forget about that. And then because I think he played for a black team, so I thought he was. I keep thinking was one of us. So
gotcha.
And then Chris Collinsworth at 5. And I think that's a good list.
Okay, I'll take that. Because I'm looking here. I'm with you that Dwight Clark's a tight end. Because you got Gronk, you got Kelsey, you got Dallas Clark, you got guys like that.
You guys got some tight ends.
They're
give
tight
you guys
ends.
that.
I'm with you. So how Clark got on his list, I'm not entirely sure. But that's the top 25 white best receivers. Top 25.
All right. Applause. Applause for the list.
Interesting. The internet wins again.
I just created my own list from that list, though. I'm telling you,
good list.
If you played against Caucasian DBs, you get X'd off the list.
So speaking of Caucasian DBs, you got Bonner's playing for the Dolphins. You have Cooper DeJean out there for the Eagles, right? And
he doesn't play.
Who is this guy starting for the Denver Broncos?
Oh,
had a pick the other day.
Ku Klux Clamps.
That's an interesting name. That is an interesting name. I don't know what his real name is.
That's what the internet call them Ku Klux Clamps.
Yeah. Oh God, what's his name? I need to see this. Broncos white corner, Riley Moss.
He's a
second-year guy, Riley Moss. He's the first starting white corner since Jason Sehorn in 2002.
Yeah, there you go.
So DeJean got drafted, but he's not playing. He's returning kicks. But this guy is a starting corner.
Ku Klux Clamps is what they call him.
So he's a lockdown. He's a lockdown corner. Just happens to have a unfortunate name. Speaking of Ku Klux Clamps,
Riley
Cooper.
His name
Cooper
was Riley.
The white wide receiver.
No, he wasn't. He's just
Riley
white.
Cooper. He played with. He played for the.
I know who you're talking about. He wasn't.
He was a club incident.
He was just white.
Okay.
No receiver.
Yeah, Riley Moss. Ku Klux Clamps. That's great. He's a starter, first starter since.
And he got a pick this week.
He did. He's all over the place. Now he's bringing us back. That's it.
I don't know if he's bringing you back, but he's there.
He has a pick. What more do you want? The first guy since 2002, apparently.
He did get a pick. Yep. That was a nice. It was a nice too. Nice coverage. Yeah.
Listen, man.
He has susceptible speed. He's he's more quick than fast. He's a hard worker.
All right. It's such a funny name. It's such a good name.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying to get my stuff here.
He's a twitchy cat. Twitchy. He's very hard worker.
So now let's get back on schedule. We had a nice little sidetrack. That's fun. As you know, we start a podcast going over our team review and preview the next week. We go over our lock of the week, respect the bet, lock of the week, and we go over our players, respect the game. Whose game did we respect the most this past weekend? I'm going to go over my team first. It's going to be short and sweet. You guys know I'm a Bills fan. I'm going to skip all the way to the end with the absolutely horrible play calling. Under a minute, Texans have 3 timeouts inside the 2, and Buffalo does not even 5-yard ins and out and dump offs. They're chucking the ball 30, 40 yards down the field, wasting clock, incomplete passes, giving the Houston Texans a chance to keep all 3 timeouts. We punt from the back of the end zone. He gets it out, the 50, falls down to the 40, 7 seconds, and they kick a field goal and lose. I don't know what this is with Joe Brady the past couple weeks with these weird calls at the worst times. I don't know if it's coming from McDermott, whatever I don't know what's happening. But Buffalo's play calling the last couple weeks have been suspect. If you're a Bills fan or a football fan and have watched any of Buffalo's games, their time management is atrocious. I did my own little separate Bills recap Sunday after the game. I got that worked up over it, how bad those play calls were. I do not understand. The 2 games 2 weeks in a row, we were doing rough, starting to make a little bit of a comeback. Baltimore, bad momentum swing, plus their defense crushed us. And this past week with the Texans, like what what is going on? Buffalo's getting 5.4 yards a carry, and they want to pass the ball. And I do think we all saw. I'm not a brainless Bills Mafia people I see on the internet.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Josh Allen, I think we could see got knocked out of the game. I'm not buying this. It was his chest. He was just laying on the ground, catching his breath. Everybody saw this dude face down, arms up, with no body motion. Like, he got knocked out of the game on a silly play. Should have got rid of the ball much sooner. I don't know if he's tough. I don't know if the medical staff gets a pass because they saved some guy's life so he can go back in the game. I don't know what it is. But it was rough. It was a rough game. I love Houston doing well. I'm a CJ Stroud guy. Came in, was killing it. I'm upset that Collins hurt his hamstring. He was on pace to be a top receiver this season. The injuries suck. Looking forward with my Buffalo Bills at the Jets Monday night. Coach is fired. Who knows how they're going to react? New play caller. Is Buffalo going to capitalize on the miss shit going on around the Jets? Or are they going to go out there and do what they normally do with these silly play calls? I hope Buffalo wins. The division game, very important. But play calling right now is not good. I know we got injuries. Everybody has injuries. Okay, get over it. It's not a good look. Allen was, 9 completed passes, I think, for the game? Something like that? I got the stats up here. Let me look at this. 9 for 30, bro. You can't be 9 for 30. You can't do it. You can't do that.
Nope.
And
you guys blew it.
It was rough. When I know you were pulling for us to help your Colts when it comes to the Texans, and we were there. We tied it up. A minute left, and let's pass the ball from our end zone. Like, you have Josh Allen. Run him quarterback sneak 3 straight times. Waste 2 to 3 seconds off the clock. Get some room to punt. Instead, we'll go 5 wide, 7-step drop in the end zone. No big deal. Horrible play calling. Not a good time to be a Bills fan.
You had to get him to burn those timeouts, man.
I think everybody knows that. The fact that a professional coach didn't realize that your opponent is tied with you, you're in your end zone, and bro, they're in shotgun, throwing the ball 30, 40 yards down the field. I don't understand it. That was horrible. But that's my review of my team. I'm upset. We're 3-2. Get your figuring out of the way early in the season, where you can do better at the end of the season. But if they don't fix this play call and this clock management, listen, man, it's gonna be early exit for Buffalo, even if they get to the playoffs, because they right now look clueless out there. That's me for the Buffalo Bills. I hope we beat the Jets. I expect us to, but recent weeks have me. Granted, they were 2 very good teams. The Jets aren't that good, but listen, I'm watching what's on the field. Buffalo right now is not beating the fucking Panthers, it looks like. So I'm not too happy as a Bills fan at the moment. Let's win, get back on track, and we'll see what happens. Luckily, early in the season, we'll figure it out, hopefully, and go from there. Mr. Felix, you got your Indianapolis Colts. How you feeling?
Do I have to?
You have to.
It's a must.
It's a must.
Well, listen. I already knew what was going to happen before the game started, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So it's official. It's 10 years in a row that we've traveled to Jacksonville and left with an L. Nope. Only this time, in the last couple years, when we go down there, I see Matt Ryan fumbling all over the place, throwing interceptions. I seen Carson Wentz down there throwing interceptions and fumbling it away. Uncle Phil went down there and threw picks and fumbled it away. On Sunday, our offense put up crazy numbers. Crazy numbers. Like nuts. Like, we put up 450 yards of offense.
It's not bad.
Scored 34 points. And while we were doing that, there was not an inch of bone in my body that said, hey, man, we might win this game. Not one. Because every time we hit a big play, we gave up a big play. We hit a big play, we gave up a big play. Let me tell you something. That is the worst Colts defense I've ever seen as a Colts fan, and I've seen some bad defenses. Bad defenses. This is Gus Bradley's third year. He's ranked 28th. 28th. Right now, he's ranked 29th.
Getting worse.
The whole I mean, people want to say, well, our whole defense is hurt. So that's an excuse. They're saying the whole defense is hurt. But I've seen Gus Bradley with the whole defense healthy. Yes. We have a lot of injuries. We're missing our starting corner, our starting nickel corner, our starting DNs. Both of them are hurt. DeForest Buckner's hurt. Like, we're banged up. Our quarterback was out. Our running back was out. Our center was out. Everybody's hurt. We still went out there and put up 34 points and lost the game. And now Michael Pittman's hurt. He just adds him to the list. All right? He's going on IR. So
that's tough. That's tough.
It's tough. It's tough. Michael Pittman's hurt. He's gone for the next couple of weeks or whatever. They're talking IR for him. I don't know which one of the hurt people are coming back. I don't know if Jeanty ever is playing again. I don't know if Anthony Richardson's going to play this week. I don't know who's playing. I don't know. All I know is Gus Bradley shows up every Sunday and breaks my heart.
What are your thoughts on the Titans game?
What I would like is them to
go.
fire Gus Bradley and hire Bob Salah right now. Don't wait till the end. Don't wait till the end of the year. Do it now. Tell Gus, hey, we found somebody that can do your job better.
Much better.
We're sorry. You're a nice guy. We really enjoyed you around here. You can come to all the company picnics and all the company functions if you want, but we could no longer have you coach this defense. And then we'll be all right.
That's a good move. I didn't think about that. A D coordinator, one of the top ones, just got freed up.
He runs the same system. He can come over there, fit right in. But I can't. Gus Bradley's killing me. He's killing me right now.
What do you feel with your hopes for this weekend?
My hopes for this weekend is Billy Jeans is at quarterback for the Titans.
Yes.
And I'm going to bet he's going to throw a pick because that's what he does.
4 TDs, 6 interceptions.
But at the same time, I'm going to go bet DeAndre Hopkins over, Calvin Ridley over. What's the running back that came from the Cowboys? Pollard is over. I'm betting all of that. Just like I did with Jags last week. I hit a 7-game parlay last week, just betting nothing but Jags players.
That's how you know your team. You know your team.
Yeah. So I'm going to do it this week. Listen, week 1, CJ Stroud and Collins, they did their thing. All right, whatever.
Understandable.
So week 2, what's the quarterback that was for the Packers?
Willis.
Willis. Career game.
Yeah.
Career game.
Jacob said, 150 rushing too?
Yep. Just career game. All right. The next we went to who was the next one? It was the Packers.
Then it was
Bears.
Right? Bears.
Yep. We let Caleb Williams go out there and throw like 300 yards. Career game. Next week, Justin Fields go out there, has a career game. This week, Trevor Lawrence goes out there and he throws his career high.
He sure does. He looked like a superstar this weekend.
He looked like the Trevor Lawrence everyone thought he was going to be. It was his career high against us. So this week, I expect Billy Jeans to go out there and have his career high and everyone else on the team to have their career high. And all we can do is hope maybe we can outscore them which we didn't do in Jacksonville.
I gotcha. I mean, sound like a true fan.
That defense is bad. I understand everybody's hurt, but it's bad.
I hear that with people in Buffalo. We got Milano's out. We have no corners. Listen, these are all professional football players. If your coach is good enough, even your backup guys would be in a position to be successful. Either you have bad coaching or you have really, really bad players. It's one or the other. But every one of these guys, they're in the NFL. What scheme are you running? Like, are you setting your guys up for failure? And like you said, you've seen this team now 3 years, 28, 28, now it's 29. You're not getting any better.
No.
You got a guy who's open.
I feel like it's getting worse. I feel like it's getting worse. Our safety is top 5 in the NFL in tackles.
Yes, that's been a topic of conversation here. When your safety is out there getting tackles, you got problems in your front 7.
Yeah, something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Well, speaking
of our two linebackers are top 5 too. I think 3 out of the top 5 tacklers in the NFL is my team because they can't get anybody off the field, so they play longer than everyone else.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is it just by they have more tackles just based off quantity, more opportunity because they can't get 3 and outs, they can't get off the field, they have no choice but to be there getting all the tackles because they can't stop anybody.
I put it on Twitter the other day. These guys are looters in the riot. Like somebody's gonna make the tackles. It's not like you can go out there and play football and nobody makes tackles.
Yeah.
Somebody has to make tackles. So they're out there making tackles 8 yards down the field, and they're making a lot of them 8 yards down the field. So don't tell me about the top 5 in tackles when you're making all the tackles 5 yards down the field.
It's a valid point. So folks out there listening, watching, again, at the RTG podcast and all the socials, just because a Bills fan and a Colts fan are not blaming the injuries and our team's not doing well, don't give us this crap about, oh, you guys aren't loyal, you're fair weather fans. No, we're fans. We're level-headed fans that see there's a problem going on. We're not going to blindly follow and say, oh, no, they'll get it right. We've seen our teams the last few years not get it right. There's no hope. We've seen it year after year that things are getting worse. You got to change. You got to blow it up. You got to change up. You got to do something. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect it to change. The definition of insanity.
Has to go. This has to be Gus Bradley's last year. I mean, maybe he retires so we won't have to make that decision.
A mutual separation.
Maybe he just says, hey, man, I'm just going to go play with the grandkids. Hopefully.
We'll see.
Because it can't you can't put it on injuries when I've seen the last 2 years them be ranked 28th. So
it's tough, bro. I'm with you. I'm just thinking the same thing.
It's tough, man.
Get to the championship game, then the divisional, then the divisional at home. All losses, they're not progressing. They're regressing. You got to start it over. I'm sorry. Josh Allen's a great player. We're wasting his years because they don't know how to get over the hump. It's that simple. And my player of the game, we'll get to that in a minute, has a coach that has everything he's done is to keep this winning style for this quarterback. And as of right now, it looks to be working. Our coach, we don't have that. Andy Reid does it for his guys. He ended up being close, changed a few quarterbacks. Now he's got Mahomes. Now he's a superstar. His system fits certain guys. I don't think we have a system. We have Josh Allen hiding so many mistakes that our team has. Stop with the nonsense. Let's get some structure. Same with Felix and the Colts. Defense, year after year. Come on, man. You can't have these guys. 34 points is to win the game. Especially 34 points with your backup quarterback and your backup running back. You clearly, your offense is okay. You got no problems with the offense. But then you give up 37. If you're scoring 34, you should win the game.
It's bad.
It's bad. We're going to get to the respect the game players in a minute because that's going to lead us into NFL talk altogether. So we will do our respect the bet locks of the week. Respect the bet lock of the week. Felix is up first. We're going to share his respect the bet lock of the week. Here's what we got.
That's right.
Can you see?
Jets. Jets plus 2.5. I feel so confident. The bet of the week should be Jets money line.
We had that conversation because I said you wanted at -3, at +3.
Yeah, I was going to do the plus
2.5. Yeah, but hey, it is what it is. You think lock of the week, Jets +3 by the time that it rolls around, maybe on Sunday, who knows?
Yeah.
But Felix got his lock of the week, Jets plus 2.5, 50 to win, $9.99, $99.99, $100.
Listen, I've seen this time and time again. These interim coaches win the first game.
They sure do.
The team is riled up. They're ready to go. You know, you guys aren't that good.
Night. Yeah, we're in it right now. So, hey man, lock of the week.
That defense is legit.
It is. It really is. We'll see. We'll see if it's gonna be Josh Allen's show or if they're gonna keep rushing the ball, using their brain and bright play calling. But we already had that. Respect the bet. Lock of the week. Jets plus 2.5. Felix is even calling money line for the Jets to win outright.
I'm not going to tell you to take out a second mortgage on this one, but I feel confident on this. I do.
Nice. My lock of the week, as you can see, the same $50 to win $99.99. Over under Bucs and Saints 41.5. Over under Bucs and Saints 41.5. The Saints are averaging 28 a game. The Saints are averaging 28. The Bucs are averaging, I think, 25.4. The Saints are giving up 19. The Bucs are giving up 22. Adding all that together, balancing it out, it came to a total score between the two of what they give up and what they score of 47.5. So averaging out their games is 47.5 potential total score. I'm still taking the over at 41.5. May tease it up to 43, but I'm taking the over in the Bucs Saints game. These two teams can score.
Are you confident in Spencer Rattler?
Who is that?
That's the quarterback for the Saints.
Carr's out, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I don't see the. I've watched the.
He's the rookie from South Carolina.
Yeah, no, I remember his name now. For a second, I got confused with the guy who quarterbacked the Falcons last year, Desmond, whatever the hell's name was.
That's Desmond Ridder.
Yeah.
This is Spencer Rattler.
We'll see.
Like the snake.
I've got no problem seeing the Bucs somehow scoring 40 by themselves. Baker has one of those games where he's going to put up 30. Can they get 10? We'll see. The injuries will play a part, but I still do think that offense, he'll be okay. They'll put up 41 total points.
Well, Spencer Rattler is the future.
We're going to find out. So, respect the game. Respect the bet. Locks of the week. Jets plus 2.5. Over under Bucs Saints. Over 41.5 with the rookie.
There you go.
Respect the game. Our respect the game players of the week. RTG. Respect the game. What are we having today? Humble pie, I believe it is.
Humble pie.
I am not.
Everybody, take a picture of this. Screenshot it.
But respect the game, player of the week, whose game we respect the most. I'm choosing Lamar Jackson.
We're brothers. We're singing and we're colored.
Give me a high five. I love that shit. I see a lot of Wayne's brothers coming across my feeds recently. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh no, they were the Gumbles. Oh man, that's good stuff.
Yeah. They got a new show coming up.
Maybe that's why they're all over.
Damon Wayans and his son.
They're all talk about two people who look alike. I remember I used to watch that show Happy Endings when it came out and he was on it, and then I watched New Girl and he was on it as well. I was like, yo, is that guy related to Damon Wayans? I didn't know what his name was, but he looked just like him.
Oh, his name's Damon Wayans.
Yeah, I figured that out after a few days of watching. But anyway, my respect the game player is Lamar Jackson. 26 for 42, 348, 4 touchdowns. 12 rushes, 55 yards, did have the fumble. Now, we texted about this in a group. That play, the touchdown to Likely, to me, unless some off-the-wall thing happens, right now has to be the play of the year because he's roaming around back there One of the few times he wasn't looking to run. He was looking, waiting, running, looking, waiting. Put the ball high enough where likely gets it or nobody gets it. Likely goes up, brings it down. He's got, 7, 8, 9 touchdowns in 2 games. They look to be kind of hitting their stride. They lost some weird ones early. I don't know, man. The Baltimore Ravens look pretty dangerous at the moment. Lamar Jackson, respect the game. That's my player of the week.
You can go call him Mr. MVP after the third one.
In no way, shape, or form that he deserved MVP last season. He wasn't even a top 10 quarterback in any of the numbers. Not even close. You can never
best player in the league.
Not even the top 10 last year. However, so far this year, with his numbers the last 2 games, the plays he's been making, he still has that careless fumble from time to time. To me, he still runs too much before he looks to pass. But his past couple games, like I said with their coach, they have found a way to year in, year out, keep Lamar Jackson competitive with the defense, with a running game, with trying to get the right receivers, a great tight end. They have committed to his style of play, and they have been in contention every year he's been there. Something Buffalo does not have. They're relying on him to do too much. They never try to help him out. Again, we'll complain about Buffalo later. That's my respect to game, Lamar Jackson.
That was nice to hear.
This season.
That was nice to hear. Listen, was.
I have gone to bat for Lamar Jackson for about 3 or 4 years now because I thought.
Where?
Well, my old podcast. I would fight for him all the time because when he first came out, I heard the Baltimore Ravens say his game is not in for the long haul. He's probably got good 4 or 5 years. He's going to get beat up running. We're going to win on that time, and that's it. And I always thought that was a shitty way to go about coaching a guy. I know we got him for 5 years. He ain't going to be worth anything after that with the amount of time that he runs. Let's just push all this at the running. And they never tried to get him a receiver. They never tried to teach him how to pass the ball. They just kept getting defense, and that was it. They kind of resigned themselves to the fact that he's only going to be a rusher, and that game is either going to win quick or do nothing. And they never coached him up. And if the ability that he has, if they were to take the time to get him to at least read one more progression, if he had one more second back there to read a defense from left to right and then back again with the ability to run, he might be unstoppable. But he takes off too quick. And I don't think they've ever properly coached him out of that. I think they just let it go. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. At least that's what I remember when he first came out of Louisville, was that. Probably going to have him for a long time. His game doesn't translate. He's just in a run. We're going to push that. I'd never really liked that thought. If they can teach him to just get one more progression, he might be unstoppable out there. He might just be an insanely good quarterback if they can get him to read one more progression. Because he doesn't have a bad ball. Most guys, they have a hard time hitting the crossers. So you bring up the zone, the guys turn and sit there. He gets the ball to the guys, and they take off and run. He's not the worst. To me, he's not the best, but he's not the worst. As of right now, though, he's a monster out there. 4 touchdowns this game and last week. He's looking like a crazy person, bro. Some dude you do not want to play. But they committed to him. They got him Derrick Henry. Now he's not the focal point in the backfield. Now you got to watch for both of them. They should be undefeated if they run that RPO the right way.
Yeah, except their defense is not good this year.
They're getting there. They're giving up a lot of points. You are right. They should both have 1,000 yards. He should have 1,000. Henry should have 2,000. The way they can run that RPO. They should get 1,500 each. Talk about a friggin' dynamic duo. Jesus Christ. But again, Lamar Jackson, my player of the game. Respect the game. Who you got,
I'm glad you're respecting his game finally.
I will. I do. I won't say it out loud to you guys.
Oh, okay.
Josh Allen's still my guy, but you can't deny some guys' talents. They may not be your cup of tea. Doesn't mean that they're not talented.
Oh, we know he's not your cup of tea.
My cup of coffee, though.
Cup of Joe.
My cup of Joe.
We know that's not your cup of Joe. All right. We already know that. You like yours 2% milk.
Yeah. Oh shit. Who was your respect the game player of the week?
My respect the game player of the week was none other than Cameron Anthony Ward, quarterback for the U, who put his team on his back, down 35-10. Who
that was a hell of a comeback.
Had 230 yards of offense in the fourth quarter. Who threw for 437 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yes, he had a bad interception. He was just looking. He was just looking to make a play. It was dumb. It was a dumb throw. But like he said, he's made that throw before. So you can say what you want about the interception. The fumble, I thought the fumble was a pass. So he had 2 turnovers. So what? He put his team on his back, down 20, and brought him back and won the game. And kept all of our dreams alive. Respect the game. None other than Cameron Anthony Ward.
Excellent.
20 touchdowns, 5 picks on the year. 2,200 yards passing already. Leading the number 1 offense in the nation. Just so you know, they're the number 1 offense in the nation. I rest my case.
Roll into some they play this weekend, the Canes?
No, we're off, relaxing, getting ready to go to Louisville next week. We'll all be traveling there.
Okay.
I will be 20 deep in Louisville for the game. So yes, the Canes
Saturday,
are
right.
Yeah. So the Canes are coming to Louisville. 20 deep.
And you've been there quite a few times, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, I lived there for 5 years. But we're coming. As Dion would say, we're coming. We'll be there. We'll see you there next Saturday. So I was hoping it was going to be a primetime game, but boy, if you look at the schedule for next weekend, I understand why it's not a primetime game. There are some games next weekend.
As of right now, you have Cam Ward front runner for Heisman, or he's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation. I think right now the leader in the Heisman house has to be Ashton Jeanty.
Yes, that's what I was bringing up.
He's just going crazy right. He's just going crazy right now. Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
He has 1,000 yards rushing, and he doesn't even have 100 carries yet. It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
2024, 5 games, 95 attempts, 1,031 yards, 206 yards a game, 11 yards a carry, 16 touchdowns in 5 games.
No, not even 5 games, because 2 of the games he only played the first half.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, he had 2023 14 touchdowns out of 11 games for the season. 1,200 yards for the season last year. Again, 5 games sitting out, to your point, 2 of those games in the second half. 95 attempts, over 1,000 rush yards, over 206 a game. The long of 77, 11 yards per attempt, 16 touchdowns. Boise State running back.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, he doesn't even have 100 carries. It's crazy. He would be my Heisman front runner right now. And then 2A, 2B, Cam Ward and Travis Hunter.
Okay. Respect that. We respect that game. But I'm keeping my eye on this Jeanty guy, because listen, we talked about it before. I'm slowly coming up on the Canes side of things. This is their first true superstar quarterback, it looks like. Gino Tredo was never a superstar quarterback. College, he was great. Dorsey.
Yeah, I mean, he won the Heisman.
They really have these guys. Yeah, but you have, I mean, Ward was a legit star playing football right now, where his game might even translate to the NFL. And it's going to be crazy if the first time in a long time, I think, quarterback loses the Heisman to a running back. But again, this Jeanty guy, his numbers are like video game stats. It's like you're playing on easy mode, and you just created your character and gave him a 99 in attributes. Like, that's what he looks like out there.
Yeah, it's crazy. He scored on the first time he touched the ball last week.
Ridiculous. I saw a guy do that a couple weeks ago.
You did?
Yeah. I think his name was Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, he did do that.
Didn't particularly care for that, but that's what happened.
Against the Buffalo Billies.
Sure did. Speaking of the Buffalo Billies, we talked about them. Let me ask you this. I'm looking around. Washington at Baltimore. Is that the game of the week?
It might be. It's a rivalry.
Listen, my old man texted me yesterday, hey, put $10 on the Commanders to win the Super Bowl. All right, found it.
Tell your dad don't waste his $10. Let's not get over our. Let's not.
He did this. He did this.
Let's not get over our head.
He did this one year. He a family member went out to Vegas. He gave him $100, put $10 on the lowest, the bottom 10, and that was the first year that the Patriots went to the Super Bowl. He'd won like 10 to win like 3 something, I think. And so these odds here were like plus 3,000. So you put 10 on to win, I think 310 it was. So give it a little something. But to your point, this game, over under 51.5. Baltimore's favored 6.5. I mean, I'm looking around. It's going to be a hell of a game.
It's going to be a good game. It's a rivalry.
Yeah,
they crossed the bridge.
They're right there. That looks like a hell of a game, bro. I mean, what Commanders? Let me see here. What is this? These ads that pop up. Oh my God. Jaden Daniels, 4 TDs, 2 interceptions, 1,130 yards a game. Jackson, 9 TDs, 1 interception, 1,200 yards. Excuse me. Daniels has 1,135 for the season, 227 a game. Lamar Jackson, 241 a game. Brian Robinson Jr. averaging 4.5 a carry with 5 TDs. Derrick Henry averaging 6 with 6 TDs. Zay Flowers averaging 11. McLaurin is averaging 13, both with a couple of TDs. These quarterbacks look good. These teams look good. I'm actually looking forward to watching this game. The future, the guy in his prime. Let's get all the storylines you want to see. To your point, rivalry right across the bridge. Maryland and D.C., they're right there. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. Cleveland and Philadelphia. Yeah. What's up with is your Chubb's coming back soon? Is Watson?
He practiced last week.
If you're Cleveland, are you only playing Watson because of the amount of money you paid him in the contract?
And that's it. Listen, they were getting beat last week, and I was like, yo, why is he still in the game? And I'm looking I think the coach is probably like, yo, man, just stay out there, dog. We paying you all this bread. Just go. I'm hoping you get hurt.
I was just about to ask. Any hope that he doesn't get injured but gets hurt? We gotta miss a couple.
Why is J-Mo not in the game? Like, y'all, they get him blown out. Like, why is he still in the game?
It's a good point. Detroit at Dallas.
That's a good one.
Potential shootout. You got some decent defense per se. Good lot of offense.
Yeah.
Detroit 3-1, Dallas 3-2 at Dallas. Again, turf is going to help both those teams out. You got the 1-2 punch of Gibbs and Montgomery. You got Amon-Ra. Is Laporta playing, or is he out?
I think he played last week. He was hurt, but I don't think he missed any games.
All right, yeah, because they had a bye last week, so maybe that's what I'm thinking. That's why I didn't see his name come across anything. All right. I mean, I'm looking for that game. That game looks pretty good. I like the potential high scoring. Chargers at the Broncos. Bo Nix. Broncos are 3-2. He's not passing a whole lot, but the team, he's finding ways to get it going. Houston at New England. Holy crap. Talk about a Drake May gets his start, right?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I'm going to root for Patriots.
Yeah? Well,
but I don't think they're going to win.
The defense is good. They have a problem putting up points, though. They're playing at.
Well, maybe Drake May is the answer.
We'll find out. Is Brissett hurt, or they realize like we're pretty much out of it? Let's get our rookie a chance. I saw Orlovsky is like, why would you put your future behind an O-line like that? No run game, which I think they have a decent run game. Why would you put your future behind an offensive line that's going to get him killed out there?
So what is he supposed to wait till they build the O-line?
I don't know. I mean,
no. You can't play. We need to build our O-line. Well,
Yeah.
All right.
If you have a good quarterback, they can mask some of your flaws in the offensive line by quick releases and shit like that.
Yeah.
But my issue with that is I don't mind Orlovsky. I think he's a decent announcer, commentary. But from what I remember from Orlovsky is what everybody remembers. An 0-16 team, him running out of the back of the end zone, looking to pass the ball. He clearly didn't have it when it came to being a quarterback. So maybe those who can do, those who can't teach, and that's his way. He's talking about guys. But I have a hard time listening. Granted, he was in the NFL, all the armchair quarterback, all this crap. I get it. But why am I going to take his critique on how to play a player when, as a player, he was a career backup, wasn't even a good one? And again, I like his commentary. You know what I mean? He did play in the NFL. He did have a skill set to get to the NFL where very few can go. But talking about don't play your guys, you get them killed back there. Yeah, you don't want your guy to get gun shy, end up like Harrington or David Carr. But if this guy's going to be your future, you're not going to go out and get a whole new line next year. You got to get him a chance to see how he's going to operate in adverse situations. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I don't get the why he wouldn't play.
I don't know, bro.
Just because you don't have an O-line, like the coach should be able to call plays around that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have a run game, run the ball. Gibson does pretty good catching out of the backfield. Stevenson looks like he may have gotten his fumbles under control last week, but the dude can run the ball. You can help your quarterback with a run game and a good defense. Give him time to get used to things. Is the Bengals-Giants game the worst game on the schedule this week, or is it the Falcons and the Panthers?
It's probably Colts-Titans.
I didn't think about that, yeah.
But Bengals-Giants is kind of bad, too.
Yeah, because the Giants, they're just not good. The Bengals have the potential, but, Burrow's putting up all these numbers, but the team ain't winning anything. With Atlanta versus Carolina, it's a rivalry game. You're hoping to see Cousins go out there again for 500 yards against his horrible defense, depending what the weather is like. Pittsburgh and the Raiders. So I saw today, who was it? Was it the Lions? I don't know if it was a fake Twitter account or not. I can't remember. The Lions are finalizing a deal with the Raiders for Adams and Max Crosby. I didn't see who it was from.
No
way. It came across the Twitter machine quickly. Because the other day when I sent that thing about Saleh getting fired, I saw it come through. I looked at Adam Schefter. He had the blue check, but I'm like, is this fake Adam Schefter? I can't tell. I went to the Google machine. Robert Saleh fired. Nothing. I'm like, all right, this is another joke. So I sent to the chat. Look at this fake account. Someone says Saleh got fired. LOL. Now all of a sudden, he's like, no, it's really happened. I refresh again. Finally, it shows up. So, you don't know what's real, what's not. Blue check marks don't mean shit anymore because all you got to do is pay $8 for them. Anybody can be Adam Schefter fake, whatever it is. So you don't know what's what. But I don't see Detroit needing to get those two guys. But if you had Hutchinson on one side and Max Crosby on the other, holy Christ, you would have a pretty intense defense. And you got Adams out there with Amon-Ra and Goff. That could be a potential insane offense too. I tried to find that account or look back where I saw it. I couldn't find it. So we're gonna bite the rumor. We're gonna bite the clickbait and hope it happens.
Yeah, I don't think that's not happening.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But no, it's about that time. It's trades coming up soon in a few weeks. The deadline will be here. We're gonna see what happens. Yeah. Listen, I never got to watch Menendez Brothers yet. You finish it up or no?
No, I have not.
No, I haven't a chance to finish it yet. Guys, we're working on an entertainment segment. I promise you that.
I started on the Aaron Hernandez one.
Yeah? That's what, Netflix?
FX.
FX? All right. I can watch that. That's something Amy's not going to want to watch, so I can watch that myself.
Yeah, I started on that. I got to watch the new episode this week.
All right, so I'm going to get on that. So, guys, we'll do that. We're working towards the entertainment segment. We got 2 to 3 of us, like I was saying, different schedules, different things, trying to watch a movie or a show from week to week, review it each time we come on. We don't want to spoil. We don't want to get in each other's way. We're trying to figure this out. If this is a weekly show on FX, I can definitely watch it, catch up on it, and it's something we can bring up next week.
They released the new episodes like on a Wednesday or something. So
gotcha.
I haven't watched the new episode yet. He just got drafted.
Okay. I'll check that out then. Aaron Hernandez on FX.
Right, the guy playing Bill Belichick is hilarious.
Yeah. I want to check it out. It looked interesting. So I'm glad if you're watching, I'm going to jump on it so we can add some more to our segments. We're going to finish up here. Again, Felix is up in Jacksonville. They're going to get the outer bands of the Hurricane Milton. We're still
already gone.
South Florida. We're going to get the outer bands of that. Panthers won yesterday, 4-1 in the first period. Ended up winning 6-4. I think they took Bobrovsky and the guys out at the end of the game. I think they had some junk time goals. But Florida Panthers started off undefeated right now, 1-0. Looking good. Go team. All right, so let's wrap this up.
Time to defend the throne.
Yes, title defense. I'm gonna hit a few games this season too.
Title defense.
Episode 74.
Episode 74. You know the drill. Holla at your boys. Like, subscribe, and share. Make sure y'all commenting on the page. Know what I'm saying? IG, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, blackplanet.com. And we also on millionairemeat.com. Get at your boys. And we out.